What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today with what might be the best free chord generation tool out there. It's called ChordSeqAI. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So with ChordSeqAI, you can either go ahead and hop on GitHub, and then you can download it through GitHub if you want to, and you can have it in your computer, or you can just use it, you know what I'm saying, in the cloud. So you can just use it from the site. What is ChordSeqAI, you may ask? Well, as you see here, it is an AI-powered chord progression copilot. So I know a lot of times we hear the words AI and we're like, I don't know if it's AI or just recognizing the chord before and what's going to play next. Maybe it is, but let's go ahead and take a look at this a little bit more. So as we see here, you can add a chord and get the next one suggested to you, which is pretty dope. You can type in chords, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can get different variants and all kinds of stuff, which makes this a very solid tool. You can also specify the style of your chord progression. So you can go to different genres, different decades, all that different stuff. And then with this, you can just export them and then just drag and drop them into your DAW. So in order to get started, all you have to do is push launch app right here. Bam, push launch app. And now it's just going to have this menu right here. You have a few different options in which you can mess with. So you have like different transformers, and this is what's going to bring up the different kinds of chord suggestions. And I'll show you guys that here in a moment. You also have different genres of music. So as you see here, you've got everything from like rock, folk, pop, soundtrack, R&B, country, jazz, experimental, religious, reggae, hip hop, electronic, comedy, you know, so on and so forth. As you guys can see, you get a bunch of different genres there. And then also you get different decades. So as you see, you can go back to the 50s up to the 2020s. We're going to take all those off for just a moment so that we can show you guys a little bit more how it works. You have a button over here that allows you to transpose. Right here, you can import your own MIDIs in. Then you can export the MIDIs out right there. And then you can, you know what I'm saying, hit this to go to the support team. You have a metronome right here. You have a play button right here. Right here, you can change the BPM and you can make it loop so the chords just continue to loop. You got a back button right here. This is going to be to invert the chords, but let's just go ahead and get going so I can show you guys a little bit more. So in order to get this thing started, you're going to have to push this plus button right here, and then you're going to have to click on this. Now you'll see here, you're going to get a bunch of different chords suggested to you. And if you wanted something different too, you know, you could push like, you know, DM, you know, 9. So D minor, suspended ninth, and then boom, bam, I can add that there, or I can listen to it. So those are the versions that it's going to give me. Now I can come over here. So if I come over here and push plus again, and then I click on this question mark, it's going to give me different chords that would fit in this progression. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one off. I just did that to be complex, but let's go ahead and just go with something that's basic that everybody will understand. So we'll just start off here with like a D minor. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this D minor. Bam. Right. So now if I want to, I could come over here and hit this plus button. And I hit this, and it's going to tell me what the next best chords are that are going to go into this chord progression. Now, as you see here, the colors up here at the top, these represent the chords that are most likely to go with this chord. These chords will still go with the chord. And then you get down here to some chords that may sound abstract or sound off with it. You can intensify the decay. So when you intensify the decay, it's going to give you all the chords that will go. So even if these don't sound the greatest with it, it'll still go in the chord progression that you're building. Or you could take the decay all the way back, and it's going to give you just like what's like the recommended. So we'll go ahead and hit this C real quick. But before we hit that C, what's cool too is you see right here, I can click this button, which is the same as this button right here, and it'll allow me to choose the chord variants. So I can go ahead and go through different variants of the chord. All right, so we'll go with this C5, and we'll use once. Boom. So now we can push play. Right. And so now we can add another chord really simply. What's also cool that I didn't show you guys yet is that I'll show you guys after I add the chord. So boom. Now these are the chords that they're saying that would fit the best. Let's go ahead and look at this F and see what we can do here for the variants. I'm going to just use that F. Now, what I can do is I can make this chord a little bit shorter. So you see how I just did that? And then I can add another chord on here, and it'll just, I can either extend it all the way out, or I can make it as long as I want to. See what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and come in here and let's just find one more chord. Let's see what this G sounds like. I'll just use the regular G. Oh, and I messed that up. So see, make sure you're always paying attention. If you don't click on this and you're on something else, it's going to just replay that chord back. So like, let's say I click this G and then I'm thinking I'm on the, I'll just delete this. All right, so let's say I add one. It's not gonna take me to these notes until I click on it. So like if I push the button, you know, D, you see it's gonna change that chord because I hadn't changed the note yet. So we'll just go ahead and we'll make this one F again. And then we'll come over here, click this. And now you see it's gonna give me different notes and different chords again. So we'll just pick this C. And then you can push play. You can move this wheel back and forth too to get it to go where you want it to go. And you can push play. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's probably not the chord progression I would go with, but I was just trying to let you guys kind of see what it sounded like. And then you see there, I can shrink, you know what I'm saying, and add, and it'll just push that C off to as far as I want it to go. So that's pretty cool. With this, what you can do, you can come over here and then you can export it. So bam, export. Now, if you have the actual app in your computer, you can decide where you want that chord progression to go. If you don't have that app in your computer, you can either choose one of these two file formats. You click mid, you push export, and it's just gonna go right into your download folder. And so now what you can do with that, now it's in your download folder, is boom, you can come into FL Studio, and then you can just simply drag and drop those chords right on here. Bam, and now I have those chords, and those chords sound like, all right, not a bad chord progression. What I always would suggest though is that you simply shift C and then strum all your instruments. So you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna wanna strum all your instruments. Boom, there you go. And so that's how you're gonna get it to work into your DAW and everything like that. A few more things I wanna show you guys real quick, because it's just pretty much, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty cookie cutter. It's pretty easy to understand this thing. But other things that you can do is, so like, let's say I push play. We're gonna go ahead and we can turn this metronome on. So if we need to hear what it sounds like with the metronome going. Right? And we can also change the time signature. So if we wanted the time signature to be 2/4, we can make it 2/4. We can also make it 3/8 if we wanted to. But whatever time signature we want to. I mean, we have a bunch of options, obviously more than that. Something else that I didn't show you guys that I wanted to show you that was pretty cool too is this right here. This allows you to, you know what I'm saying, pick chords. So let's go ahead and let's clear all this out real quick. And if I delete this chord, it's gonna take me right to the next one. I can keep pushing delete. So now what I wanna show you guys is this. You can pick this chord, and like, let's say we had a kind of a chord in mind that we wanted to pick. So let's just go ahead and go with. So you guys see in the background how it's changing all those notes for me. So you can take off the variant that you added, but the variant that I have right here is giving me the most that I can get. So if I push this conditional transformer L, you're gonna notice that it's gonna give me different notes in here. It'll give you different chord progressions to go with. So with this, let's go ahead and check out some genres. I guess I should have came here already. So like, let's say we come to jazz. Boom, you see how it changed some of those notes down there. You can pick the decade. So let's go ahead and pick a decade. We can go with like the 60s. And then bam, we have some different chords here. So let's go ahead and come back to this one. Come back to this one. Let's add one more. Boom. Let's go ahead and add the C13. Ooh, that's a little aggressive. I'd probably have to stretch that out, but I guess they're jazz chords. So again, if we were to switch to a different kind of genre, go to hip hop, might give me something different. It gave me something similar. But you guys, you see what I'm saying? You can go through different things. You can use different stuff. Again, don't forget about this decay button because it's really going to let you know what you can use and what you shouldn't use. So, my opinion, this is probably the dopest free chord generator out there. All you got to do is get on the website. You can use it. You're immediately into action and you're immediately going. One last thing I got to show you guys real quick. I forgot to. So if you come up here, you can transpose the sounds. So like, let's say I push play, turn off this. Now let's say I come over here to transpose. I can go down or up however many octaves I want to. You're going to notice this is going to change over here. As soon as I confirm it, bam, it's changed. And maybe it doesn't sound the greatest, but I would put in more work, obviously, to put together the proper chord progression and all that stuff. But my opinion, this is a fire tool. I mean, I know nowadays a lot of DAWs have chord progression tools in there. I know the Scalar exists. I know Chord Jam exists. You know, I know stuff like Spawn exists. But if you don't have none of that, and you're just looking for a free MIDI generator that you can use and you can use with anything, because you would be able to use this on your phone, and then you'd be able to export a MIDI. And then if you were using your phone, you'd be able to import that MIDI into whatever DAW that you're using on your phone. So this is more than just a computer app or plugin or whatever you want to call it. This thing will definitely get the job done for you. So make sure if you guys do like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell, so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.